Fucking big awesome. And big ups to illeqwip. When I say LR, you say quit. Fucking up, illeqwip to up. Make some fucking noise. Hey, see, drop that shit, baby.
To illeqwip.
Fucking up.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming through, boys.
Fuck, our pleasure, bro.
So we'll do a quick little run through just for some proper introductions. If you want to go around the room and just kind of introduce yourself and artist name, where you guys are from.
Yeah, man. JK-47, that's me. You know, part of ECB from the Tweed Heads area. Yeah, you know, like rap crew. You know, we got Chiggz here.
Yeah, Chiggz, I'm Chiggz. Yeah, we reside in Cabarita, but we're from South Tweed. Like, we just got a house down in Cabba. That's literally just down the road, just the coast road.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, just down the road.
Do you, like, does everyone live together? Are you boys in the same spot now?
Me
Yeah,
and
man.
Nate G and JK, we're
bro.
living together now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, Nate G, you know, little brother.
yeah,
She's JK.
it's our little bro.
And yeah, man, just fucking soaking up vibes and stuff, eh? Yeah, I'm just loving it, loving this shit.
Yeah, you know, he the youngin'. You know, he learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. 18, man, you know, he growing up.
Yeah. Hell yeah. How old are you boys?
JK,
22.
23 this year.
Yeah, 23 this
Yeah.
year.
I'm 24, turned 24 a couple of days ago.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hitting 19 this year, I'm 18 now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
And first time down in Sydney or?
first time, bro.
Yeah, man. Oh, I've been down here before just to do some shit with chilling and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my second time down. I'm not too familiar with the place and that.
Yeah, nice.
It's cool shit, man. I was walking through the city and that, you know, when I got off the train, just walking here from Central and, you know, just checking out the park and shit. I was just like, yo, it's a fucking vibe, eh? You get out here and do shit. But obviously it'd be different to people that like actually live here. They probably do different shit.
Yeah, for sure. I guess it's always one of those things that when you're from a place, you see it kind of differently, and sometimes it takes you a little longer to actually start appreciating that as well.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people from Sydney that just complain about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like a bit of a thing. Like, I think people are just a bit too spoiled here that they don't really understand.
Weak cunts, eh?
Yeah.
The weakest, bro. The weakest.
Yeah, real quick. I'm Kyle.
Shout out
I've
to
been
Kyle.
shuffling
Shout out
around
Kyle.
in the back here, so we got skimmed over. But yeah, Kyle Schilling, aka Blacx. Grew up with Chiggz for a fair bit. Me and him, bloody 14. He was 12. Spitting bars in my room back home.
Yeah.
Watched these two boys, Nate, JK, grow up. And you know, I'm currently down Taree Way, or up Taree Way from here, but I'm holding it down for the boys down south. So yeah, ECB rep. Recently just decided to jump on board. Been doing my own thing for a while, but
Yeah.
you know, we're family, so keep
That's
it
it.
close.
And you do a few other things other than music as well. Well,
Yeah, so I'm pretty heavy in the performing arts industry, from everything from teaching dance, drama, hip hop, and then I'm also actor as well. Currently midway through a production called The Man with the Iron Neck, and that's a huge one for us as Indigenous people based on Indigenous suicide as kids. So huge one, you'll see a lot of shit pop up, but we had a big run in Sydney, 5-star rating down Opera House, and yeah, it's a story that needs to be told, so that's me as well.
yeah, sounds amazing, man.
Oh,
Smart,
Blacx.
Shout out
Nice.
Blacx.
And can you give me a little context on ECB? Like, we were touching on this last night. Like, it kind of extends beyond the music, and even before your time, it was something that's been established. Like,
Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's something that my dad was like holding down for ages. He did like Indigenous art.
Yep.
Yeah, he was always on along the East Coast, you know what I mean? We're on the border of New South Wales and Queensland, like proper on the border. That's our backyard playground.
Yep.
And literally he'd just fly down the park. He'd be next to the beach just painting, bro, you know? And like, he'd always talk about ECB, ECB brothers, you know?
Yep.
He just never really acted on it. But literally 2017 came, ended up passing. He just wanted us to hold it down on the music side of ECB.
Yep.
So that's what we did, man. Just took it up.
Yeah.
Ended up just doing music underneath that.
Yeah.
Talked
You
about
kind of
our
learn
shit
along the
and
way
everything,
too, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
Learning.
That's all part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
I guess it's the beautiful thing about something like that as well. You know, it all exists in chapters. You know, and that was the first chapter and laid the foundation for what you're doing, and
Yeah.
you're taking it to to wherever it's going, you know?
Yeah, man,
100%.
just like finding the meaning, bro. Like you got to find the meaning in everything, you know. Especially with us, like we're just young, watching a lot of like you know what hip hop's like these days. That's your influence now. Hip hop was different, like back in the day. So now today's hip hop influence, like for us, but we can't really focus on that other stuff when we got all this stuff going on. Like Carl's like mentioning, like heaps of people are dying, like committing suicide and getting born into like fucked up situations, man, and it's like not right, hey, and it's just like misinterpretation, like we don't know like how to get by, like we're like all we know is what we know, and as you know, like we've been set back, where we're at right now, like it's just like shit, like we gotta bust our ass to get to the top, like if we're ever going to, and
change up.
yeah, man.
Changes.
Yeah,
But
like
shit.
we
Breaking circles, links.
we live for the whole people always claim that they were dealt the hard card or they're a product of their environment. We've all grown up in our own environment where things weren't always that great, and we've turned around and just went, fuck that whole saying, like you're not a product of your environment, you're a product of who you want to be, and that's what ECB is. We're coming up, we're representing for our brothers and sisters, but those of Indigenous and non-Indigenous. We cruise around and fuck with everyone, and that's what it's all about.
100%. Whoever's down for the movement.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And ECB, for those that don't know, like what does ECB stand for? Like what's the
East Coast Brotherhood.
East Coast Brotherhood.
ECB.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a gang or anything.
Nah.
Bro,
See, we were always cruising with the like bullers, you know what I mean? Like we call them bullers because like just hang with them every day. They'd be like our brothers, So like
not friends, family. Like it's
yeah,
blood
man.
shit,
Like, and we
it's
still
not
like hang and talk to them and chill with them
100%.
today. Like it's busy. We get busy in that like doing this music shit, but
always touch
Chiggz is a dad. I'm about to be a dad and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's getting busy, but like for real, like can't lose that connection with the boys because when shit hits the fan at home, like you go and chill with your boys. Like your boys, like that's your like second home. That's why it's your family. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that too. East Coast Brotherhood, not just because we're brothers.
Yeah.
It's because it's like like
connections,
like with the boys. Like
it's more than just a mate.
Yeah.
I've got these boys traveling 6 hours south. I'm traveling 6 hours north
just to link up.
Just to kick it. We might not even be doing music shit, but when I'm up or they're down, we just
hold it down for each other.
Either one's house getting fucking thick shakes from Domino's.
That type of shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, God. Flat. Shout out Domino's and the thick shakes.
Fucking.
So at the moment, you guys have got like a lot happening in the music field. Like, what are you working on at the moment? Is there anything about to come out, or that's kind of in the works, or?
We had a couple plans that were smack up. That's No.One Network. Shout out No.One Network.
Shout out No.One Network.
As soon as they saw our raps there, and they were just like, "Use a family," and they were just like, "Fuck." We were just the same, bouncing off each other, the vibes, energy.
Yeah.
A lot of family stuff there going. But we got a couple projects coming with them. Keep updated with that.
Yeah, we got a studio back at home, trying to get it done there, but like, it's a process.
Yep.
We're all learning how to like use this shit. I mean, we grew up as rappers and now we got to try and turn into like, engineers.
Yes.
Like
On top of that.
make this shit. But, it's getting done. Chiggz knows what he's doing there.
Mm-hmm.
We learn along the way, it's all about teaching and learning with this shit,
Yeah.
Like, we listen to Golly and Nerve when they speak, and even other people, when they speak that are in the scene. And, like, it's just about having the right mindset and actually taking it in and then, like, using that to fuel your shit and figure out what you got to do.
Yeah.
And that's what we doing, Like, I mean, we working with No.One Network and all that, but also figuring out, like, what we want to be still, like, still figuring that shit out. And, yeah, man, it's good, man. It's going great, Nate G's killing on the verses, bro. Like,
Shout out Nate G.
that's the future right there, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I seen some
good
breakfast
shit.
bars yesterday on the No.One socials.
That's him.
And that's it. Like we've always got things happening all the time. Like I went up north, spent half an hour with Nate and Chiggz here, and now tonight we're releasing one that no one's heard yet. And
Yeah,
it's
some
just
mad shit.
it's always fucking vibing.
Yeah.
Chiggz will send me beat. He's like, I've got a hook, you got a verse. We're always just staying connected. And even just before we came in here, we've already made a plan to conquer the world, sort of shit.
Yeah.
Like, within a matter of half an hour. So we're always thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Man, that's amazing to hear. It's something that, like, I feel like there's so much happening in the Australian scene at the moment. Like, there's so many different voices that are getting put on at the moment to, like, have you boys going so hard and doing your own thing as well, and then connecting with a crew like No.One Network as well. And, like, they're just, I mean, we touched on it before a little when they were here, but, like, just the most legit dudes in, like, every capacity, and all about supporting, and just will do whatever they can to help everyone else, and for no end game of their own, just literally to support the culture and to push everything further.
That's it, bro. Fucking knife.
Yeah.
Moguls.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and
man.
yeah, you boys have a really important voice that needs to be heard. Like,
Cheers on.
We're all well aware of that too, and that's why we do what we do. Like, we've been shut down for so many years.
Yeah.
And now, you got 13-year-old non-Indigenous fellas rocking out to our shit, and when they look deep into it, it's all about our culture, it's all about our people, and where we want to be as a nation in the future, but we just do it in a cool as fuck way.
Yeah.
Try to.
Hell yeah. In the most original way, and I guess storytelling is such a part
It
of
is,
the
always
culture,
is, yes.
Yeah, man.
Storytelling is in different forms, whatever it be. You just got to tell your story. It's just how people, like, communicate it. You know, how they relate to it.
Yeah.
That's what we try to get across.
I guess not to take it back to, like, a more of a dark path for the conversation, but you obviously touched about the conversation around suicide within communities and that kind of stuff. Is there any yarns that you want to have on that? Like, any stories that you want to share from personal stories that have hit you, and I feel like it's something that most people in a city like Sydney wouldn't be connected to. They haven't heard these stories, and why things like the play and the live art that you're doing at the moment is so important. Like, is there anything that you want to touch on with that can educate people on that subject?
Well, I'm going to start up with digits, with 3% of Australia's population, the minority, and we have the highest suicide rate in the world as Indigenous people, and we are 99% of the incarceration rate in Australian jails, and all that's because of a lack of communication. I've been to communities where they learn 3 different Aboriginal dialects before English, and they expect them to go out and get a job and function and support their family when they're still growing up in real times, man. Like, from way back. But I think my biggest eye opener was, I grew up with a non-Indigenous family. My dad up and left, and myself, my brother and myself, we took it upon ourselves to learn more, and I got into a lot of community work, and my real wake up was when I was working up Alice Springs, and we went out to the land of Albert Namatjira out at Indaria, Hermansburg, and the community was shut down for 2 weeks because a 9-year-old girl had committed suicide through intergenerational trauma, and people don't believe it exists, but it's in our DNA now.
Yeah.
From so many years of trauma and being pushed down, it's so in your face, and what the fuck are we doing wrong if 9-year-old kids are taking their life?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, put in a situation, like, where we need help, like, now, like, like, put down, and now, like, the only people that can help us, like, are the ones that put us down, and they're telling us that we got to help ourselves, you know? Like, somehow, like, shit, man, like, that's a lot, like, on your brain, and with black families, man, we got, like, 10 kids in our family, bro, like, it's fucking hard, man, like, and, like, shit, if you don't find something, like music, or something, like, to keep you going, like, you just go down instead of, like, going up, like, you just go down, man, like, and you can't even help that, So that's what we want to do. You know what I mean? Just provide a way, like, you know, and like speak better, like, you know, like we were on like some different shit like 2 years ago, but like we learning, like we listening, and we realizing that like our people actually
We're a
need
voice.
help, like,
Yeah, we're the voice. We're a big
and like
voice.
you said, we're the only ones that can like do it. Obviously, a lot of people are doing it, you know, like AB Original, you know, Tasman Keith, Nookie, bro, like, you
Yeah,
know,
shout
you
out,
got all these
shout out.
indigenous artists,
Yeah.
yeah, shout out them,
killing it,
man.
No cops.
And, you know, like they're providing, you know, like motivation for us, you know, inspiring us, like that we got to do that shit
Big
too,
push for us.
you know,
Mm.
for
All
our,
boys.
like, because we got stories like, you know, Kyle, me, us, like, you know, like we got stories from our home that we need to, like, you know, get out there, and, you know, that need to be recognized. Like, we need to be recognized, you know, like, and once we feel like a bit recognized, maybe we can get like a bit, you know, like down to ourselves about what we really like want out of life, you know, and like actually want to do better for ourselves. Like when you feel like no one cares about you and like nothing's gonna change, you just feel stuck, and the only way out is to get out, you know.
And we've been through that. We've all been stuck, you know, Indigenous, non-Indigenous, but you know, growing up in an area such as Tweed Heads, it's kind of all eyes on you.
Yeah.
And that's, and you know, you hear about all this shit happening in America to, you know, blacks over there, but it happens just as much here. Like my brother got flogged by a couple of coppers just because he was wearing the Aboriginal flag on his shirt. And one of our little brothers is, you know, he's not Aboriginal, and you know, trying to prove that my siblings aren't black, you know, and walking around with my little sister and cops pulling me up, calling me a, you know, like predator and shit because I'm walking around with this little white girl, and it's like, that's my sister, man. And you know, we still have eyes on us like that. We can't go, you know, a day without someone looking at us and saying, you know, thinking the typical stereotype, and that's what we're here to fucking get rid of, because you know, we're the longest living culture on earth. And it's about time we fucking stand up and prove to people that, you know, we're just as good and if not better.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing through our music, and that's what we're doing through the simple label of ECB. You know, we're pushing our shit, we're pushing the truth, and we're doing it in a way that people can relate and listen and still enjoy what we're fucking putting forward.
Yeah. And you are doing that, and I think that's what's so special about this whole movement, and just in line with everything that's happening in Australian music at the moment, for you boys to be coming in and hitting it this hard and doing it and making these connections. And I think you know, I think that story's already been written, you know, and you guys you're well on your way to big heights, man.
Yeah, man.
Cheers, bro.
Today's a big part of that too, you know.
Fuck yeah.
Massive
Yeah.
gig.
Massive.
Yeah.
For sure.
One of the most insane lineups I've ever seen
Hey,
Very nice.
for a
For
hip hop
real.
show.
Yeah, man.
Period.
Big show.
Yeah, bro. Shout out Alex Jones,
Shout
Telecar, Scrub.
Shout out.
Yeah, man. Raj Mahal, you know, everyone that's coming through,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Nerve,
Crispy,
big up
mate,
Snub,
come on.
We're blessed.
Yeah.
We're
you
pushing
know,
hard
Crispy.
for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it done
Plus
tonight,
special
boys.
guests,
Send it.
who even knows who's going to be in the building tonight as well. It's going to be
That's it. Shit.
it's going to be pretty epic. What can everyone expect? This will obviously come out post the show, but for anyone that does miss the show tonight, what are they going to miss out on?
Fucking a shit,
Gang
man.
shit.
Don't
Lot of
miss out.
shit,
Get
man.
there.
Get the fuck down here.
You know, some really important shit. You
Yeah.
know, like it's really important. You know, because like though we're gonna like, you know, like turn it up in there, we're gonna get real too. Because today, you know, it's a day of remembrance. You know, day of mourning, day
Yeah.
of survival. Like, you know, for our people. So I'm also gonna touch on that. You know, and like it's not like the shit that I write about that. It's not like man, like I was in a place of rage, but I don't write it from like, you know, like I'm angry at you or I'm angry at this, like, you know, like hateful towards a person, because I believe only like understanding, like, you know, like people need to understand, like when people don't understand what they're doing, they don't know how to respect it, you know, like when people don't understand it, like, you know, people fear what they don't understand, you
How
know.
can we get love if we're pushing hate? You know, it only comes two
Yeah.
ways. You can't push a negative to get a positive. So we're always pushing positives, and we tell that through our art. And yeah, JK's got some real heavy shit tonight.
Yeah, man, shit that I haven't even released, you know, that I made for like this day, you know, like and it's gonna be like, you know, epic. Like it's gonna be big for me to share it with you. Like I'd love to share it, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be fucking big. Yeah, man.
We're looking forward to being there for it, man. And I think that's the beauty of this art form. You know, music has just such a way of like communicating stories and transcending, you know, experiences. And you can write something from a place of anger, and it will just communicate how you feel in that moment. And that's fucking important. And don't ever stop doing that. You know.
Yeah, fucking oath, man.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and I want to thank you guys for coming through. We're gonna I think we're gonna wind it down and try and get a little cipher going with the other boys before we get out of here, throw a beat on. So personally want to thank you. Stoked that you guys are in town, and
much love, fellas.
Much love.
Shout out illeqwip.
Shout out ECB.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Hell yeah.
One love.
Fucking